Open the nursery shades. Well, a household smart home dream has been completed. Thanks to SmartWave, I now have smart shades in all of my rooms. And SmartWave sent me two exact same windows, one for this window and one for my dining room. All right, let's take a closer look at these shades and why I love them so much. So you get a lot of options to choose from. I chose this gray fabric and I really like how it turned out in this room. I like how quiet the motor is, and it is really quiet. Like, I don't think my child will wake up if these went opened in the morning, but I really like the design. And when I say these were easy to install, these are the easiest smart shades I have ever installed. I installed these in less than 30 minutes all by myself, and I did not really need a bunch of tools. You just need the basic drill and all of that. So for installation, it was quite easy. Just take off the original blinds, curtains, whatever you have, shades, and you're left with a blank canvas. There's two little hooks that they actually give you stickies, and you can stick them at the top so that you know exactly where they're supposed to go before you do any drilling. Why didn't I think of that when I installed all my other shades? I'm going to steal that idea. But then they just clip on, so they're easy to clip on and off. And since the size of this window is, very reasonable, I did this all by myself again. I said in like 30 minutes or less. And you just drill your holes, install the little brackets, and this little guy snaps right in. And it's very helpful to do the setup with the remote. You can set how high you want it to be when you tell it to open all the way. You can set it to how low you want it to be when you set it all the way. If you do your measurements correctly, they try to do this by default when they send it to you. I overachieved and did an extra couple of inches, and so I had to reset it. And once I read the documentation, it was pretty easy to figure out. I just need to read the documentation. You know how that goes. So I set two of these up. The first time, it took a little bit longer because I kept skipping steps. But I finally read the documentation, used the remote, and I got it set up really easily. So why are these smart shades so special? Well, because you do the size on the website and they ship it to you pre-built, everything's all set up, and it works. The remote was already paired. And for smart home, they work with Matter over Thread. So if you have an Apple TV 4K, HomePod Mini, a new HomePod, a Echo, the new Echoes, or the Google Home, those act as your Thread border router hub, and this will connect right to them. And using Matter, which means it works with all of them. I have this connected to HomeKit, which is what I use on the front end for all my UI with iPhone and everything. And then I use Home Assistant on the back end for all the automations because it's really, really powerful. You just connect this to HomeKit, then create a new parent code inside HomeKit, add that to Home Assistant, and it works. Like, it works really well. And while we're talking about Matter, Matter is something special. It's very new, but I love the setup process. It's kind of like Apple HomeKit where they give you a QR code, you scan that, and all the other processes are done for you. It sets it up, and that's it. You don't have to do any weird, like turn it off, turn it on again, whatever. It just scan the QR code and get it paired, and it appears in your smart home device. So I use the iPhone. I add it with Apple HomeKit, but it works the same way on any of the other platforms, and it's really good. I'm really enjoying Matter. So normally how I have these smart blinds is I have an automation that every night around sundown, it will just close them all. So when the sun's going down, all the shades go down. Very, very helpful. And then in the morning, I think it's like 6:30 or 7 a.m., they just open up. So most of the time during the day, these windows are open. But what's really nice is when you want to take a nap and you've already sat down on the couch or your bed and you're already comfy, and then you're like, I really want to sleep and I want it to be darker, but I don't want to get up and mess with that window across the room. Well, you could just, if you have the remote by your bed, if you have your phone, if you have a smart assistant, you can just talk to it and they will open or close, which I didn't think how valuable that was, but I absolutely love that feature. As you see, these are opening up right now. I don't know if you can hear them opening up, but again, they are really, really quiet. Back in the day, I was like, I don't need smart shades. Like, that seems such like a gimmick, or like, I don't need that. And then I got one, and then I got two, and then now every major window in my house now has a smart shades. So if you're wondering if it's worth it to get smart shades, as long as you can justify the price, they are 100% worth it. Like, I love them. And I didn't think I would love them this much. The hardest part is just, when they come in the mail and you have to install them. But once they're installed and everything's set up, it's like magic. I absolutely love have smart shades. If I move houses, I now need to have smart shades throughout my house. It is night and day difference, pun intended, because it is so good just to have these the shades go up and down on a routine, more sundown, sunrise, and anytime you just need the room dark, you can just do that remotely. And as for accessories, you can get a remote, which I highly recommend. You can decide what motor you need, a Matter one or one that just works with Zigbee or something like that. You can get charging bricks, you can get solar panels. There's a lot of good accessories that you can also add. They are additional cost, but a lot of them does make your life easier. So thank you to SmartWave for sending out these shades, allowing me to review them and share it with you guys. And as a special thank you, I have a 5% off discount code in the description below. So if you just want to click on that link and just look at the shades, see if it's something that you're interested in, then you can. And if you want to purchase, 5% off just for you guys. So thank you, SmartWave, again, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey Siri, close the shades. I love that.